Alright, so one last thing about pigments. When I started the MAC Pigments video series, there was one video that I always knew I was going to do, and I was going to save it till the end. Mostly because I'm kind of a dickhead, because it's the one question that I keep getting asked over and over and over, and that is, what do you store your pigments in? Because if you've watched any of my videos and you've seen me work with a pigment or a glitter, you've seen me hold up a glass vial like this. Now, the whole reason that I ended up storing my pigments like this in the first place was because MAC changed their packaging on their pigments. And they went from something that looks like this to something that looks like this. I'm kind of a Virgo in the way that I like things to be all nice and neat, and so when I come up with a storage solution for this and then somebody starts giving me this, I kind of freak out a little bit. So I needed to find a way to store my pigments and have them all look nice and neat and pretty and all wonderful. And so this is what I came up with. Now, a while back I did a video on how to store and organize your eye and lip pencils. And when I did, I showed you this leather binder. It's a colored pencil or pen or just regular pencil binder. You open it up and it has little elastic spots for you to put in your things. The binder that I used has since become my binder for glitters. My eye pencils and lip pencils, by the way, have been upgraded to a larger size because I ran out of room. And my pigments I keep in this guy, which takes up the whole screen. It's got the two zippers, just like all the other binders. It is by Global Art. You can get it in a variety of places. I will put the purchasing information for all of this stuff in the info section of the video, so just look down there to check it out. But when you open this up, this is what you see. These are all my sort of warm tone pigments. And on the other page, wow, these are all the cool toned ones. So this is all blues and greens and stuff like that, and these are all reds and oranges and yellows and stuff. When you are using these binders to store something like these glass vials, you can't use this middle one that I'm flopping around here because it just won't work. The binder won't close and you'd smash the glass vials together. So I just use it as a little separator, and as you can see, I mean, it still stores quite a few. Now, if you want to do this, all you're going to need is the binder, and then you're going to need the vials. You could use any glass vial that you can find that'll fit. These are the ones that I use. I get these from a place in town. It's a local business called Archibald Sisters, and they sell kind of all different kinds of things, but they do also make their own perfumes and soaps and body washes and all kinds of stuff. And this is actually a roll-on perfume vial with the roller ball taken out of it. These cost me $1 a piece there. They will ship. I did ask, so you can get them there if you want. You just have to call. Again, purchasing information will be in the info section. They offer pink or black caps, so if you want to do pink caps, you could. There was also another place that I found online that sells, I believe, these things. It's called discountvials.com, and $14.95 gets you 25 of these, plus shipping, and I'm not sure if they are exactly the same ones, though they look really, really, really similar. I'm pretty sure that they are. I'm almost like 99% sure that they're exactly the same. The ones that you get from Discount Vials do come with the roller ball, so all you'd have to do is pop that out, but they only have black caps. So if you want to have pink caps, you'd go the other route. Once you have your vials, then all you have to do is fill them. And to do that, I just make a simple funnel out of a piece of paper, and you can see it's got pigment in it. Ew. And just put it in here and pour the pigment in, and there you go. Now, once you get the pigment in, there are two things left to do. If you want to label them, there's labels. But more importantly than that is there's a bit of a design flaw in storing them in these. It's really, really easily overcome, but the reason I didn't do this video earlier was because I hadn't figured out how to overcome it yet, and so I didn't want to present a solution that I felt wasn't 100% perfect yet. And what I'm talking about, I'll see if I can show you. Take a look at the vial, and then take a look at the cap. And you see the amount of space between the top of the vial to the top of the cap? It's about, I don't know, ½ an inch or so. When you screw this closed, that gap is still in there, so you have, I don't know, about that much space of just emptiness, void, where when you have a pigment and you shake it up or roll it around or whatever, it'll kind of fill up the tip of that cap. And so when you open it, I'll show you, you're going to see that See, and I just spilled it. There's a lot of pigment that's on the top of that vial. I'm going to try and put this back. But that's exactly what happens. You end up making a big, huge mess. I have pigment on my hands now. And that's kind of what I lived with for a while I was trying to figure out what else to do. The easy way to fix this, because there is an easy way to fix this, it just took me a long time to figure out because it was actually that easy, is to take your vial, take off the cap, take a cotton ball, and cut it not quite in half because you don't need that much. You can see kind of how much I've got. Just cut that off. And then take this and stuff it in the tip of the cap. And it will kind of cram in there and it'll stay. It's not going to go anywhere. And then screw the cap back on. And what that's going to do is fill in that space and make a little bit of a stopper for the pigment so it's not going anywhere. I'm going to try and show you what I'm talking about. This pigment here has the cotton in it, so if you take it and shake it up and spin it around, and the sun keeps coming and going, so I apologize for the wild lighting variation. I normally film at night, and so you don't see like light, dark, whatever. But anyway, you can see now with the cotton that's been put at the end of the cap, there's nothing on the tip of this. And if you look, if you can see that little circle that's in there? There's a little white rim around that dark portion. That dark portion is the pigment, and the white thing that you're looking at is the cotton ball that's jammed in there. So it stops the pigment from going anywhere else. It stays in the jar, it stays nice and neat. You can then take this and put it in your binder and you're good to go. Now, second, if you want to label these, because as you can see, I labeled all of mine just at the top, you need to get some labels. These jars are kind of an odd size. They are a little bit less than 3/4 inch in diameter, and so usually I use these labels, which are Avery number 5408, and they are a 3/4 inch label, just like that. And I use these because they are the perfect size to put on the magnets that I use when I depot an eyeshadow and put it in a palette. So that's why I use these. Now I tried to find some labels that were slightly smaller than this, but still large enough for me to write on, and I couldn't find anything. So instead of trying to figure it out, because like I said, these labels are slightly larger than the tops of these, and so they will kind of peel off. What I did was spend, I think, $3 on a hole punch. This is by Fiskars. I think retail, this is somewhere around $5.50. It is a 5/8 inch hole punch or thereabouts. This makes the perfect size for these. You can see there's a little bit of a black rim around there. It works just fine. And I did, like I said, I got this on sale. There's lots of craft stores that carry these. Just about any chain is going to carry something like this. You don't have to get this kind. Just get something that's small enough to fit on the top of whatever jar you decide to use. And that's it. That's all there is to it. I like these vials because they're glass. They're not plastic. They're really actually quite heavy, and they have a lot of weight to them. I really like them. I've tossed them around and dropped them on the floor, and they don't break. I'm sure they would if you smashed it with a hammer, but so would this. That is how I store and organize my MAC pigments. You can do this with anything. I keep my glitters this way, and they're not all by MAC. You can do this with any sort of loose eyeshadow, loose powder product that you have that you want to keep nice and neat all together in a binder, just like this. I've got these ones here. I've got more here. Zip it closed, and there you got it. That's this here. And I just take this and I throw it in my kit, and I'm good to go. I don't have to worry about these little things flopping all over the place and where am I going to put them. I can easily see what color they are because they're clear, and yeah, they work. They work great. I love this. This is one of my favorite things. I like to just stare at it because all the colors are so pretty. So that's it. That is storing and organizing your MAC pigments. Thanks for watching. I will see you soon. Take care. Drive safe.